want to break this loop or stop this loop, right? Now two things are there. One is break and another one is continue, right? Okay, a break and continue. Sorry, continue. Okay, yeah. So two things are there, break and continue. We also need to see this, how we can work on this. Suppose you are running this loop, right? In while loop you are running this loop. What you want is you want to break this loop. You want to break this loop or stop this loop. If condition, right? Whenever I is equals 3, I is equals 3, it will stop the loop, right? So then you can use break, right? A break will stop the loop. After that it won't be continue, right? So print, I am printing here, just writing break, so that you will understand that, right? Now you can see 0 1 2 3, when I is equals 3, it breaked. After break it won't continue, it will break the loop, right? It will stop the loop. A break means stop it, right? There is another thing is continue, right? I hope everyone knows this, but still we are continue, right? You can see continue, stop the current iteration. It won't execute this part for that particular iteration, right? It means continue means it will continue from next iteration, stop the current iteration and continue from next iteration, right? Let's see the output. Okay, it is going into, just a second, maybe I did some mistake here. Yeah, actually it is not incrementing, so I should keep this up, right? I should keep this up. Before this I will keep this, no, every time it is 3, so it is not updating this, right? So it is continuing, I is not incrementing because, okay, so let me keep this here. No, I equals to +1 we have everything, okay, control Z, okay. Now see this, let me stop this, right? Now what will happen when I is equals to 3, it will go into this and it will continue for next iteration, but I is not incremented, right? That is the problem, I is not incremented, right? So before continue we should increment I, right? Okay, and now you can see here, 0 1 2 and then it is continue. When I is equals to 3, it will go into this, it will increment I, it will print continue. Now it won't print I, you can see when I is equals to 3 it is not printing this. The reason is it stop the current iteration. The current iteration which is running, which is third one, stop this, don't execute. So these two syntax will not execute when I is equals to 3. After that, when I is equals to 4, it will execute this because it is not going inside this. So continue will stop the current iteration and move to the next iteration. Continue from next iteration, right? And break will stop the entire loop. So most of the time we need these kind of thing, break and continue, right? So let me give you here its definition. The continue statement is used to skip the rest of the code inside a loop for the current iteration, only for the current iteration, right? Skip, right? While the break statement terminates the terminates the loop, right? Control of the program flow to the statement immediate after the body of the loop. After the body of the loop, right? So if I write here outside of while loop, if I write print out of loop, right? Now you can see here after loop it is running, right? When you do break this, it will move, it will execute this one, right? A break, and then it will execute this out of loop. If I remove this break statement, right? Let me remove this break statement. I'm commenting this, right? Then you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. This break is not executed. Then you can see 3, 4, right? So when you introduce break, it will stop the loop or terminate the loop, and it will move outside of this. Sometimes you need these certain conditions. That is why we use break and continue, and these are very important concepts. I hope most of people know because they are from C++ background. If not, then I have explained you. You can try a few things into this. Continue and break, right? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, yeah, so let's try this, right? So suppose we have a for loop, right? For I in range 1 to 6, right? It will print from 1 to 5, right? And then I have another loop, right? I in range 1, 6, right? Sorry, I, and now I'm using j. Okay, print j. Okay, right now this is your simple loop inside loop, right? So loop inside loop. Okay, let me put and equals to slash tab, and I'm putting here print only. All right, now you can say 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. This loop is executing 5 times. First it will print this, then it will this, then it will this. Now let's try to put here break, right? If j is equals 3, break this, right? One more thing, this is called nested loop, right? Nested loop. Okay, I'm putting here hash will convert this into a heading, right? If j equals 3, then it will break. Okay, I'm putting a print here so that we can understand whether it is executed or not. All right, break. Okay, and let's try to run this. You can see 1 2 3 break. So it is breaking the loop which is inside of this. It is breaking the only loop which is contained. It means inner loop. So this is your outer loop, right? You can say it's outer loop, and this is your inner loop, right? Inner loop. So it is breaking only loop which contains it. Which contains it. It means that it is only stopping the loop, inner loop only, the loop which contains break. It is not affecting this one. This you can see continually executing for 5 times. Every time when this inner loop is executing, it is showing when j is equals to 3, it is breaking up. So it won't stop these two loops. It stop only the loop which contains the break. All right. Good question. Yeah. So this is called nested loop. Yeah. Whole loop. Then okay. Then you can. Then there are 2 ways. You can add here 2 breaks. Then 2 break you can add. All right. 2 breaks. Suppose this same condition. This is a one way if you want to do this, right? Okay. If I is equals 3, then do break. Okay, break when I is equals to 3, it breaked. Alright, after I is equals to 3, it breaked. Another thing you can use, import sys, right? Oh yeah, so this is one way you can use two breaks. Otherwise, if you don't want to use, you can use sys dot exit, I think. Yeah, exit. Print here, put a print here. Tab. Okay. 1, 2, 3 break, then an exception has occurred. You can see here it exit. Instead of this, let me print here, right? Let me after this add some print statement here. Out of both loops, right? Okay, then okay, now let me run here. Python, you can 1, 2, 3 and then break, it won't execute anything. So this exit is a good way, right? You are not able to understand here because it is showing some error to you, but here if you see, after break it won't show anything. Definition: break statement terminates a loop that containing it, right? That containing it. Control of the program flows to the statement immediately after the body of the loop. If it is inside a nested loop inside another loop, right? Break will terminate the innermost loop first, right? The thing that I was explaining here, the same was written here. Yeah, yes. So we need to write a program, check a number is prime or not, right? So we need to check a number is prime or not, prime number basically, right? So prime number which is divisible by only himself, right? For example, a number is, or which is only divisible by itself. For example, 2 is only divisible by 2. 4 is not a prime number because it is divisible by 2 and 4 also. So a number which is only divisible by itself, then it is known as prime number, right? So we need to write a code for that, right? And find out that the number is a prime number or not, right? So for doing that, we need to write a code. So how we will do this, right? Suppose I want to check a given prime number. For example, you have given me a number 37. Now I want to check this. How I will check this, whether it is a prime number or not? Anyone? How you will check this, whether this given number is prime or not? Anyone? N modulus 2 equals 0. So suppose this number is 35, which is not divisible by 2, which is not divisible by 3, but it is divisible by 5. Then you need to run a for loop and check for each number, right? You have to first check with 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9. You have to check for all the numbers until 37, right? So if it is not divisible by any of the number and divisible by only 37, then we will say it is prime. Otherwise we won't say it is prime, right? So for that, now you understood, we need to write a for loop, right? Every time. Yeah, right. So something like this. So we thought about this logic, right? So ultimately we need to run a for loop here, right? Yeah, just like range, right? So let's try like this: for I in range, and this range will it start from 2, because dividing 1 will not make sense, right? 2 to till number, right? Okay, and print I. Right now I'm printing I. Okay, I'm just keeping it short. This number I will take input from user, right? And this number will be an int, right? This number will be int, and enter a number, right? Now suppose I will take number 11, right? It will take a time, it will take a minute just to attach the virtual machine, or cluster. You can also say a cluster, right? It is attaching a virtual machine or cluster. So suppose number is 11, right? Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each time we need to check this number, all right? So if number modulo will return the remainder I, and if it is equals 0, then it is not prime number, because we are going till number. It means till 11, up to 11. Up to 11 means n minus 1, 10. So if it is not divisible by any of these, then it is a prime number. All right. So what we can do here is, and also we don't want to execute till the end. Suppose a number I will take here, number is 12, right? Now you can see, okay, so let me just amend this. Yeah, half the number. Also one more thing, once it is divisible by 2, then there's no need to check for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, exactly, that is what I was saying. This is application of break. So once here we will check if it is divisible by any of the number, then we will do a break here, right? Okay, and what I will add is, I am adding a flag. Flag are generally variable which keeps a bit. So a bit means either 0 or 1, and in Python 0, 1 means either false or true, right? So I am taking flag is equals to true. It will break, but before break I will make this flag equals to false, right? Why I am keeping this flag? This flag will tell me whether it is a prime number or not. So if it is divisible by any of the number, then flag false, it means it is not prime number. So I can write like this: if flag is equals to true, then it is a prime number. Please be on mute. Prime number. Else print not a prime number. All right, not a prime number. Okay, so this is how we can do this. So let me run this now. Suppose input is 12, right? So you can say it is not a prime number, okay, because it is divisible by 2. Again, let me try this for some another number. Okay, and one more thing, if it is a divisible by any of the number in starting, it won't execute for remaining ones. I will show you that also. Suppose I will take here 37, right? It is a prime number, so I think I should also print here I, right? So it will help you to understand where it is stopping. So let me take 35, right? Now you can see 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is divisible by 5, then it will break. It won't continue till 35. It will save your time. Imagine you have a list of grocery items. For example, let me create a list of grocery items. Grocery items, right? What can be items like milk, right? Comma bread, right? And comma items like eggs. You can have butter. Just a second. Butter. You can have yogurt, and suppose your yogurt is expired yogurt, right? Expired yogurt. Okay, You can also have cheese, right? Okay, suppose you have these items in your grocery. Okay, now imagine you have a list of grocery items. Suppose this is your list. Now, two items to check, but you want to skip buying items that you already have in current items. Suppose you also have, sorry, control Z. Suppose you also have current item list, current items, right? Current items. Suppose you already have bread, right? In your shopping cart, bread, right? You already have bread, right? Now, but you want to skip buying items that you already have in. You want to skip bread because bread is already into this, and you want to add the other remaining items into current items, and stop shopping entirely if you find any expired item. Suppose if you find expired item, you will just stop this. So you will stop shopping entirely, means break. Okay, and you skip buying this, it means current item you will skip, then you will use a continue. Right, so let me show you example for item in grocery items, right? So it will, right now I'm just printing it. My habit is first I print this and run this. That's what my habit is. It depends how you want to do it. Now I know, okay, it is working, these items are printing. Now I need to check whether this item in current items, right? If it is into current items, it means that I need to skip this. So I will print here, already have, okay, I am writing an item and I am using an F string. I already have item, right? Already have item, okay. And then I will do continue. I don't need to add this into the list, right? And how I will add this into the list, or okay, let me write here, adding item to current items. Current item is this one, right? Okay, and I will this string, and I am using an F string, right? Okay, I have already explained this. So but if this item okay, now, and okay, then continue, but otherwise I need to add this. So how I will add this? Current items dot append item. I want to add these item into my current item list, right? But the condition is, if item is already in the list, then we need to skip. In that case I will skip, right? This is my one condition. Another condition, if any item is expired, suppose it has expired, so I will check if expired string, right? Expired in item. In that particular case I will break, and I will say why I'm printing the message. I'm printing message just to understand the things, right? Print expired item found, right? Expired item found, and I'm converting this to F string. Okay, sorry, not here, out of this. Okay, I hope this is looking good. Let's run this. Adding milk to the current items, good, it will add here, right? First it will run, and it will pick this item milk from grocery item, right? Then in second iteration it will pick the bread is already into the list, so it will say already have bread, right? So it won't add it into this. Okay, then it will, after continue, it won't continue this part, it will move for the next iteration. So next iteration it will pick X. Now X, it is not into current items and it is also not expired, then it will add into this. So adding X to current items, so it is added to current items. Similarly, butter will also add. Now at the time of expired yogurt, if item has expired keyword, then it will expire and break, and after that this it will not continue for cheese. You can see it is not continued for expired yogurt found, so it breaked, right?